Everyone, thanks for being with us today. I'm going to call the Planning and Policy Committee meeting for Ottawa County, July 18th to order. First item on the agenda is public comment, 3 minutes, and please address your comments to the chair.
Good morning. Marla Walters, Holland Township. Christian teachers throughout history have said that being proud is the essential vice, the utmost evil, the complete anti-God state of mind. Of course, that doesn't mean we can't be proud of an accomplishment or proud of our grandkids. It's when we view ourselves as better than others. C.S. Lewis wrote that as long as we are looking down on other people, we cannot possibly be looking up at Christ to ask for his guidance. Jesus' entire life on earth embodied humility. He could have created a new kingdom in Jerusalem to fight against Roman tyranny. Instead, he humbled himself to serve others. He washed the feet of his disciples. He shared meals with the outcast and comforted the downtrodden. Being a Christian literally means to become like Christ, to emulate his love, his service, and his humility. It's a nearly impossible task, but it's something all Christians should strive for with his help. I believe many of you are trying to do the right thing. But perhaps ask yourself that old question, what would Jesus do? Would he threaten to withhold funds for services that could result in hurting the already marginalized? Would he ignore the pleas for support from those who dedicate their lives to help others? Would he look for gotcha words to justify an agenda of exclusion? In Matthew 25, verse 45, Jesus said, "Whenever you refuse to help one of the least of these, you refuse to help me." Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right. Can I get a motion for approval of our agenda? So move.
Second.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. First item on the consent resolution is the approval of the minutes from the June 6th, 2023 Planning and Policy Committee. I would like to hear a motion for approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and support. All those in favor of approving the minutes from June 6th, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. So we have 2 action items today for the planning and policy. Both of these are Parks Department related activities. So the first one is a motion for approval to forward to the Board of Commissioners a 3-year contract for the Parks Department Recreation Software System, Vermont Systems Rec Track System for a total contract amount of $90,970. Is there a motion for that?
I'll make
Okay,
support.
motion and support. I see we have our Parks Director, Jason Shamblin, with us to kind of take us through this request.
Yes, and I would say we are still working on finalizing the terms and conditions of this agreement. We've met with purchasing and corporation counsel, and we're coordinating with the vendors. So at this point, it's not quite ready to move it forward today. We would be, I'm happy to answer any questions. So this is our management software that we use for our programming and our reservations on sites. We have over 4,000 transactions a year. Our current software system was contracted for in 2018. It was the first specialized software that we had. So we extended that contract for a 1-year extension this past year. It expires in March of 24. So we had worked with purchasing, done a RFP process, in cooperation with the treasurer's office as well as IT here at the county. This was hands down the top vendor that our committee picked. It'll allow us to do much better customer service and customer interface. We're also, gearing up and getting ready for our outfitted camping that we'll offer at Ottawa Sands. So the software system will also support those activities. So.
Do any of the commissioners have any questions for Jason?
We need a motion to table.
Yep, I was gonna ask the same question. Motion to table the.
Is that your request, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right. Motion and support to table this requested motion. I'm assuming for at least the next month it would be on the next agenda for the August.
Yes.
Okay. Because this, the way the 4th of July fell and everything, we moved this meeting back a couple of weeks. Does that present any challenges? Or do we think this would be ready to go in time for the next meeting?
We should be able to.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so those all in favor to table this for the August meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries and we'll table this and we'll look to see Jason next month. Our next item is a motion to approve and forward to the Board of Commissioners a bid from Ryerson Brothers Excavating in the amount of $88,677.09 for construction of a new septic field at Kirk Park. I'd like to entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion and support. I see we have our coordinator for Parks Planning and Development, Kirk Park, with us to maybe take us through some of these exciting septic tank replacement conversation.
Yeah, not necessarily exciting, but very important. So this is, there's a series of renovations that we are planning for Kirk Park that have been planned for quite a while lately. Kirk Park was most of the major improvements were done in the early 90s when the park system was just getting going. So a lot of that is getting running its course. We will have a big renovation project coming up on the restroom. We'll have a new playground and this new septic field, which is actually older than the 90s. We think it was built in the 70s. So this one meets all the new standards. And it's pretty expensive because it needs to handle a lot of people, right? Kirk Park is one of our largest day use parks. And so it gets a lot of people. It needs to handle a lot of sewage. So there you go. So yes, we want to get this going. So the plans for all these projects that I've mentioned, the other ones will be coming to you probably in the next month or so, is to start them after Labor Day. So they will be ready for next summer season.
Okay. Anyone have questions for Kurt?
It's because you offer the dog beach.
Yeah, that does draw people as well. Yeah.
One question.
Sure, Commissioner Bonham.
I was just looking at your commercial insurance limits. It looks like you maxed out at about $3 million. Are we comfortable that's enough to cover the exposure here with what's going on?
This is their standard insurance amount. So it's the county standard. So I would think for this, it would for sure be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have a couple questions. I was curious, the bid environment right now, was there a lot of contractors interested in this project to bid or?
It's crazy, right? We had 4 bidders, which is fine. We like at least 3, but we've had a lot more than that. I'm not sure what went into this. It was well advertised, publicly advertised. The range in bids was quite crazy. we had one that was twice as high as this one, but this is a very reputable company, been around for a long time, familiar with our health department. So we have no concerns that they won't be able to complete it.
Anyone else? Okay. Hearing none, I guess we will go to a roll call vote for this.
Mr. Moss,
Yes.
Mrs. Curran,
Yes.
Ms. Cosby,
Yes.
Mr. Bonema,
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodey,
Yes.
Mr. Zylstra,
Yes.
Mrs. Miedema,
Yes.
Mrs. Ebel,
Yes.
Mr. Bergman,
Yes.
Mr. Belknap,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, with that, committee reports, I'm gonna look to John. A lot of times we'll have a sort of a legislative kind of update. I didn't know if we had anything really ready for that today.
Yeah, we normally have that. Patrick, Deputy Administrator who does those is out this week. So he requested to actually give that update next time. So he'll have the full update for us then.
Okay. That brings us to our next opportunity for public comment. Okay, hearing none, I guess that's my opportunity to adjourn this meeting. We will start our